Well,
You know what? I'm just gonna hold it. Here we go.
welcome. Do you want me to fix it? We
No,
can fix it.
no,
We have a start.
no.
All right. Well, welcome to season 3, 2, 3.
It's like I saw in your message the other day, like season 3. It's season 2 with me, so I like.
Okay.
It's season 2.
Since whatever she wants. All right. So, welcome to season 2 of whatever she wants. Do we introduce ourselves? I don't know what to do. I'm nervous.
This is Miles. I'm Kinley. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you know who we are.
Yeah.
But
Maybe not though.
maybe that's the hope, right? This season we like.
I mean, a lot of people have gone back and watched the videos
Really?
for sure.
Heck yeah.
And a lot of comments that you're still replying to. I literally got on the page for the first time in like months. And I'm like 5 new comment backs and it was less than 20 minutes ago.
I find so much entertainment still in people shitting on me and me being like just trolling them back.
I probably would too.
Yeah.
But it's not directed towards me, so it's kind of like boring.
Like they're like, how old is this woman? I'm like 69.
I saw that. That was like one of the last things I saw.
Love it. I live for
Yeah.
it. I'm actually so excited for the comments this season that I can actually do when I get in bed at night.
But like we talked about a little bit before this, is like our goal is for the internals to be the main like meat and potatoes. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The meat and potatoes and then just some like added fun when we have guests.
because we're old,
We are old.
I feel old.
I got 2 car seats in the back of my car now.
Yeah, that's respectfully disgusting.
Respectfully, how did that happen?
Like I don't know though, but like you got a, I don't know if you care what car you got, a Tahoe, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that? Yeah. I talked to Sam about like I was like maybe I'll trade in my truck one day, and then we'll get like a Suburban or like a
Oh,
Tahoe.
hell yeah.
Cause I mean I love my truck, but it's not as practical. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think you guys will do baby number 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just a matter of like, I think she doesn't care, but she like hasn't had her period yet. I guess from breastfeeding.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna say hasn't had her period yet, so we think she might be pregnant.
Oh no. I
Wow.
probably wouldn't say that.
That is, without being too TMI, I got a period like straight after giving birth.
Like
Like I'm back.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's 2 months
So
old.
you're fertile.
I'm fertile. That doesn't
Hey
mean
fellas.
wait, that doesn't mean Sam's not fertile. It just means that she's probably her hormones just haven't like caught up yet.
Regulated or
Yeah.
whatever.
You can get pregnant breastfeeding.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
thought you had to have your period. My nose itching to like to shed like whatever how a
Yeah.
woman's body works.
To like do like a refresh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
don't
what
think
the
so.
period's
You
for?
you can get pregnant.
I just learned that like there's quality of egg.
Yes.
Not just like eggs. Like I thought like after a certain age, but like yeah, the quality of egg.
Yeah, yeah. You can have bad eggs.
That's insane.
Yeah,
And it's only one egg that comes out.
that is true.
We talked about
We
that.
did talk about that.
That's crazy.
One egg.
You said you want 4 kids, right?
Uh-huh.
I think I do too, honestly.
You do. And why? Okay, you tell me why and I'll tell you why.
Honestly, because I'm scared about what Grayson's family dynamic will be as far as like having family.
Sure.
Like cousins, even just siblings, and like, hey, I'm back, but like, what if he don't go that way and it's over? You know, like I kind of care about that a little bit. So, so you didn't. I don't know. This is a sensitive question or not, but you didn't breastfeed with Tune.
No, I did.
Okay.
I breastfed with Tune, but only for like 4 months because then I had to go back to work and I was obviously a single mom.
Yeah.
And just like the pumping was just, oh my God.
Yeah. Stan
Yeah.
complains about it all the time.
Yeah. So
I can't imagine.
I just was like, forget it. I think maybe if I had had like if I had had a incredible partner like you, Miles, it would have been a little bit easier because you just like you can pass the baby off for like 20 minutes to go pump or like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. I don't have that this go around either, but I have a like wireless pump. So I don't know
Yeah.
what Sam uses,
Yeah,
but most of
that's what she
them,
uses.
yeah, most of them are like plugged into the wall, and you have to like go sit in a room for like 20 minutes, and that's just, like,
Yeah.
how does anybody do that? You would be constantly plugged up to something, but since
Literally.
mine are wireless, I can just like be driving and do it. So it's been
No,
a
it's
lot easier.
fire.
Yeah,
It's honestly fire.
yeah.
Wait, why do you want 4 kids?
I want 4 kids because I was a as a single parent. I was an only child for like so long. Like my oldest next sibling is 12 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was basically an only child, and I hated that. And I also, like, I've talked to a lot of people, like, 2 is hard, right? 2 has been a huge adjustment, but it's only hard, and it's only like sleep depriving and all of those things for like a few years.
Yeah.
And when I'm 80, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I regret having 2 more kids and losing out on sleep. Like, nobody's ever going to say that. I would rather have a really full, like,
Family dynamic.
and like Thanksgiving table and like Christmases and like a ton of grandkids, and like I just want that big family. I think that's what you were saying too.
Yeah. No, I mean that's really where I'm at. I didn't really, my cousins and stuff like that. I'm not close to at all, and my brother and sister, shout out to them, but I don't know when or if they'll have kids.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. And then Sam's side of the family, her sister has all older kids, so it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah, like not a ton of like young cousins for him to hang with.
Yeah. So you you got a whole baby with you, and yeah. So shout out to Kenley because she is potting with the baby, and oh my, the guys are probably gonna go crazy on you about that. Like, is that something we should like not put in here? Because the guys are gonna go crazy. Oh, she's sitting here on the podcast and not even taking care of her baby.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what we'd be doing if we were at home.
No, for sure.
Like, we'd just be like chilling.
How come women don't like guys playing video games?
Well, what do you mean?
Honestly,
I don't mind a guy. Are you talking about like parenting wise?
no, just in general. And
Oh.
Sam doesn't mind either, by the way.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know.
But you know a lot of women do.
Well, I think that the disdain for video games probably just comes from like an overuse of it, right? Like if you're in your room for like 8 hours at a time, like that's not conducive with a relationship. Like, give me some attention.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
if I'm going to bed and I'm going to watch my like reality trash TV in bed, and you want to go like hop on your video games for a few hours, like let's both do our self-care, you know?
Yeah,
Like, let's have some alone time.
I got a couple homies that's not going for them.
Really?
Actually, they're mad at me right now for even saying this.
Why?
Like, before saying this, like, in text.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, though.
If you need to like refresh with some video games and like talk to your guy, I don't really know
Yeah.
anything about video games, but like
Well, some do.
I'd
yeah.
rather you be doing that, like hanging out with your boys, than like at a
Going
bar.
out. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like most girls are just jealous that guys are having more fun with their
But
friends.
guys have a hobby.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
having
hobby,
fun. Like, they hear them talking trash to their homies.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought about that because of whatever you said a minute ago.
This is what we'd be doing if we were at home.
How has the two-parent life, that is a new thing, and how is not only just being a baby situation, but like a single, basically, right? You're single.
Oh, I thought you were asking how's it being a 2-parent, because when I
mean, that was.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's break both of those questions down. 2 kids is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And in my mind, before I had her, I was like, oh, like, it's just another baby. Like, I've already had a baby. Like, I know what to do with a baby. No. When you have 1 kid, you generally get a break when that kid is, like, sleeping at school. If you let him watch a little bit of TV, you get a little break. Like, you can be off a little bit. With 2, like, when Toon naps, she's still up.
Yeah.
When Toon's at school, she's with me. And that obviously comes with age a little bit, but it just feels like the change to 2 has been I get no time to myself whatsoever. Which is just, it's been really different. Even when Toon was this age, like, sure, he was still, like, he needed me a lot of the time, but I got a little bit of a break when he would sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
When they're in this potato phase, like, they do sleep a lot, and so you get that time off. But now it's if she's sleeping, Toon's needing something, or if she's sleeping, I need to like catch up on work, or like it's just yeah. That's been a huge adjustment. Is like there's no like I have to like shower with her in the bathroom. You know, like
that's crazy. I mean, I think about that all the time. Like again, and then being like single, and doing it. It's like, I mean, me and Sam are kind of like vulnerable to each other on just taking care of him.
Right.
And maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong for saying this, but I'm like, what would you do if we were together?
No, I mean, that's actually like a huge, one of my mom friends the other day, she was like, I've been fighting a lot with my husband. And she was like, one of the things that has been keeping us together and like repairing our like fights and arguments is the fact that neither one of us want to do this on our own.
Well, perfect, because that honestly makes me feel like why there's like, I think that there's going to be less divorce rate just because people don't and can't do things on their own.
You can't. Like financially, I mean, I am, but like it's hard.
Yeah.
So that was like, I thought that was so funny because she was like, I'm not even trying to like hype you up. I don't know how you're doing it by yourself. She was like, the thing that is keeping my husband and I together right now is the fact that neither one of us want to parent by ourselves because it's so hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. So don't take Sam for granted. Don't let Sam take you for. I mean, just like being able to have a partner. Period is even if you guys get on each other's nerves sometimes. Just be like, it would suck without you.
Yeah. I mean, me and her don't argue too much
over. Y'all don't even fight. Y'all are perfect.
No. Shoot. I'm surprised we didn't fight this morning before she left to work. No, we fight all the time.
But not fight.
No, our fights are literally like mostly over honestly her being hungry. That is the number one reason why we fight.
Is her being hungry?
If she's hungry.
If Sam came on here right now, would she be like, that's like, shut the fuck up?
She would back it 100%.
Oh, okay.
And then on top of that, I'm extremely sarcastic and I'm joking, but like sometimes I'm just too much sarcastic.
Sure.
You know?
Or if she's hungry and you're being sarcastic?
No, if she's hungry, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It does not. Sam literally has been robbed of the lead role of the Snickers commercial. I'm telling you. She will back it. I promise you. She is insanely like, and as soon as she takes a bite, she'll be like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
It's insane. I didn't think it was a real thing, but it's a real thing. No, but we argue all the time. But we don't argue necessarily over the baby.
Yeah, or like duties.
No, she's pretty great. Honestly, she's pretty great. And I think we equally take each other for granted, but honestly, she's pretty great.
Okay, well, don't. No. You need each other desperately.
I mean, I told her.
You want to shower by yourself, Miles? Then you need to keep her around.
I mean, I can do that now with him. Well, he's kind of watching. That's also weird for me. What point does Toon stop watching you shower?
Okay, Toon doesn't watch me shower.
Okay.
Yeah, she does. But she doesn't even know she's on this planet yet, so, you know. I would say Toon... Well, okay. Toon doesn't watch me shower because he just, like, doesn't need to. Like, he's old enough to, like, watch a show or,
but, like, see you naked.
Okay, but I was going to say, like, I do change in front of him.
I don't like changing
It actually does freak me out. It does freak me out a little bit. Also, breastfeeding, like, that's a completely natural, normal thing. But, like, sometimes when, like, he's gotten really into my boobs. When I go to breastfeed,
chill,
he goes,
bro.
Yeah, he goes, oh, like sissy's milk, like mom's boobs. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, be cool.
That freaks me out.
Yeah. So now I'm like even more hyper aware of when I change in front of him because I'm just like, like, I don't know.
I don't like, even if I'm using the bathroom, I'm like, I don't even want him to see him. Like,
and you want to know what's funny? We're entering the realm of like potty training right now. And everyone has been like, again, like single mom, like we pee differently, and everyone's like, he needs to see a guy pee so that he knows. And I'm like, are you like, I'm not just gonna let him watch some random man like whip his dick out. Like,
nah,
that's so weird, right?
I don't think you need to see it.
Do I?
I don't think he needs to see it.
Yeah, like he'll just figure out that that's where pee comes from.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think about it too when I think about potty training him, Grayson. It's like, I'm like, why do all boys drop their pants to their ankles? All little boys drop their pants to their ankles. They can't do the little, over, or zip down,
No.
whatever.
They gotta get like full butt ass naked.
Butterball naked at the stall in public, but all vulnerable, like just
my
peeing.
God.
And I don't get why, because I'm like, you would think that the dad is like, nah, all you gotta do is this.
Yeah.
But
they also don't have the like coordinate. Like you don't want pee all over their pants. Like
yeah, so
that'll
maybe
come with
they say
time.
just pull it down so it's easier.
Just pull it all the way down so you're not getting
They
like
can still
shit all
pee
over
on it.
you.
It's kind of almost easier.
Really? I don't know. See, I have no.
He'll
I don't
figure it
know.
out.
Do you think he'll figure it out?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. I mean,
Because I don't want him to be like a sitter, downer, peer. Just 'cause
I
he
do
had a
that.
single
I do that
mom.
in the morning if I'm trying to go back to sleep.
Why? Because you have morning wood.
No, because like, no, like I'm talking about like if it's in the middle of the night.
Oh.
I don't get up too much often in the middle of the night to
If
pee.
you get up in the middle of the night, you need to sit to pee so that you can go back to sleep.
Because it's like this. Like, hear me out.
Okay, now I'm listening.
So like, if I stand up, one, I'm standing up longer, so my body's kind of. It might be a tall person thing, blood flowing, so it kind of wakes me up a little bit.
Okay.
And then it's like, I have to like really open my eyes to see where I'm going. So it's like now I'm opening my eyes and I'm waking up. So if I
Okay.
sit down, I don't have to aim. I don't have to see where I'm at. I don't have to stand and, So I just sit down. Doesn't happen often, but I do. It makes sense, though. I mean, obviously you don't, but like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, imagine you
I
wake
hear
up
what
in the
you're
middle of
saying.
the night
The
and
more
you
like
got to.
active you are when you wake up, your body's like up, like we're up,
Yeah,
instead of just
and
trying to
I'm-
keep yourself a little bit asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
So.
Okay, wait. This actually brings me to something that one of my friends brought up yesterday in our mom group chat.
Uh-huh.
They are on vacation and they were at the pool, and her daughter is a little bit younger than two-ish, and she is in a phase of just like hating clothes. She wants to be naked all the time. And my friend was like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because she was like, I don't personally care as a mom that she's naked. Like she's 2, she's a baby, like who cares? She was like, but I also feel this weird sense of like needing to protect her from like the other people that are around. Like you don't know what other people's intentions are. What do you I mean, at what age what do you think?
I don't know. I mean,
She's also a girl, so there's, I guess, a little bit of a difference.
yeah, I don't know, because I know, like, we wanted to talk about, like, having kids on social media and stuff, and I
Yeah.
think that kind of just really just ties in. It's like, if a person is a predator, how many predators of them are there out there to the point where you're at, the situation is going to be like where you're going to have to worry about it? I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, that's a good point. And this might not even be what you're trying to say. It might be the opposite. But there are predators everywhere. If those predators want to... There are child predators everywhere, and if those predators want to have access to your kid or any kids or whatever, like they're gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I
So why shame your kid for something that it's the adult's problem?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
But it's hard.
Yeah, it is weird though, because it's like the kid is vulnerable. They don't have any like say so, and because they don't know what's going on. But then it's like it's kind of harmless.
Right.
So it's like, if there's a predator, like hopefully I'll be able to see him looking kind of crazy at my kid. But
then what do you say? Like you're like, oh, put your clothes on. Okay, why? Like there's nothing wrong with your body. Like our mom group chat got into this whole conversation about like, how do you open that conversation with your kid? Because you don't want to shame them, but you need them to know like.
I mean, they gotta put clothes on eventually in their life. So like, put your clothes on and listen to what I said.
Okay, but like as an adult who loves being naked, like. Free.
Yeah, but there's a time and place, and right now, as a
Okay.
parent, I told you it's not the time. So put your clothes on. Let's go.
And so that's a good answer. Like, there's a time and place to be naked. Maybe it's at home.
I think that goes back to even like iPads and stuff. It's like, some people are like anti iPad, and I'm like, I'm for iPad. The kid is going to be on the iPad regardless.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not for it necessarily right now. I'm not against it, but I'm not for it right now.
Yeah.
But if we're at a dinner table and we're talking about when a kid should put clothes on or not, I'm not expecting my kid to want to join in our conversation.
Yes.
they give them the crowns. We just have an advanced crowns, give them an iPad.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I feel like with a lot of parents is when you take it away, how they respond and how
Yep.
you handle it is what
Yep.
matters.
And I do not pretend to be any kind of parenting expert whatsoever, but Toon does have a tablet. He's 2.5. And he can use it for like long car rides. I put a show on for him. Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
as an adult, I listen to like a podcast on long car rides. Like, what's the difference?
Exactly.
And also sometimes we break it out if I'm trying to go to dinner with like adult friends, because
Yeah.
why
Subject him.
Yeah, why subject him? And also, like, I deserve to like have.
Yeah.
And for the most part, we try to keep it. I'm saying we. I try to keep it like in his backpack as long as that's possible. But if we get halfway through the dinner and he's like starting to melt down, I'm not gonna rush home. Like, here's your
Yeah.
iPad. You can play a game on it. You can do whatever. I think you're exactly right. The difference is when you try to take it away. And luckily, Toon is fine, and I just go, okay, like, time to say night-night to Blippy or
Yeah.
time to whatever. And he goes, night-night, Blippy, see you tomorrow. So, like, we haven't had any huge issues with that. I think the problem is when you start using it just, like, so carelessly that it's
shut him up, to get him out your face. 'Cause you just don't want nothing to do
like,
with
if
him.
we're at home and I want to, like, lay on the couch and be on my phone, which also is normal. But if I were to throw him his iPad, I think that would just make it a lot harder for him to get off of it when I need him to. So I just try to be like sparing with it, and I have
Yeah.
no problem with it.
So like to spice things up, and shout out to all the parents that do it. Did you do it once? Maybe you did. I don't know.
What did I do?
I don't get why people hide their baby's face on social media and still also post it.
Okay, so okay.
Shout out to them. I'm not hating on you.
There
but
was a period in my life where I was legally not allowed to post Toon.
I think you did with her. I'm saying.
I covered her face.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it was. I think you did it like one time, and I was like, "Why did she do this? She's already
Yeah.
shown her."
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was just like a placement, but it was also like, I'm like, maybe she was making a funny face and you don't want to show it or
Well,
something.
that's it. I mean, Firefighter of the Year has asked me to keep her off of social media, and we can get into that. But but there was a period in my life where I was not legally allowed to post Toon very early on. Maybe one day I can share that story. Not today. But there were some good photos of me, and I wanted to share those, and I couldn't. And like, what are you gonna do? Crop the whole kid out? Like, it just, whatever. Or you like post a photo of like you at a fun thing. Like, I don't know. I still wanted to share what we were doing. I think my situation is a little bit different because I had to keep making content, like, because of social media, and he was a lot of my content. I mean, if you're with your kid 24/7 and you're not allowed to post them, it limits a lot of your content.
No, I think that's different. Yeah.
But regular people, I don't know, because especially if your page is private, who gives
Even
a
if it's
shit?
public, it's like, okay, again, like I don't want to sound rude because again, there's some people that I respect, blah blah blah. But it's like, I'm just being honest. It's like this. If someone's coming after your kid, you've already posted your kid so many times.
Right.
Okay, this might sound really crazy, but if I were interested in your kid as someone like that,
Yeah.
the fact that you're not
We're talking like pedophile.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to,
I know,
But it wouldn't make, I feel like it wouldn't make someone less interested because I don't know actually how does that work. Does do like some like pedophiles be like, that kid's ugly, I don't like it?
No. Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Okay, I recently watched this documentary. Have you watched it? Do you watch TV at all? No. Okay, it's called Bad Influencers, and it is about child influencers and like that whole industry and sexual predators with like kids on social media. Anyway, there is very little you can do to protect your kid from that.
Yeah.
And even like they were talking about how now with AI, you could post a photo, like you said, even with the emoji over them, and the AI will put like a sexualized.
Get a picture of the mom and whoever and just.
Yeah, or it'll take like a face of a kid and put it on like a naked bot. Like it's. Anyway.
I don't think that does it the same though.
The internet has.
Because it's kind of like, I'm thinking about it from adult. I don't want to.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
I see what you're saying. But the point being, they're gonna Like, they can alter these photos no matter what. And I'm not here defending, like, put your kids on social media at all. I think that,
Just don't post your kid at all. Like, hide your kid.
Right.
You don't have a kid.
yes.
If you are worried about it.
Yes. If you're that adamant about it, just don't post them at all. Yep.
That's how I feel about it. I mean, yeah.
I post my kids. That's evident. You can go on my page and see that. I think what really upsets me is when people post their kids in, like, compromising positions. Like, I don't want to see your kid on the toilet. I don't want to see you potty training your kid. I don't want to see your kid naked with an emoji over their private parts. Even that freaks me out.
Why, though? I'm not saying, like, why?
Because it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. I don't know. I shouldn't. I don't know. I shouldn't be able to see that. And then the documentary that I was watching is, like, people who post their kids, like, eating. She's really going for it.
I can't see her, but you're rocking.
Kids that post parents that post their kids, like, eating a banana or, like, eating a popsicle or, like, eating a hot dog. Like, that was a whole part of this documentary that I was watching. And, like, yeah, that's unfortunate that you can't post your kid eating a hot dog without some pedophile, like, getting the wrong idea. But that's the nature of it. And I'm not going to post Toon licking a lollipop because I know where people's brains could go. I'm going to post him in regular, everyday situations that don't seem too compromising, and that's where my boundary is.
To be honest, I'm extorting Grayson, like,
Okay.
straight up. Like, I'm using him for content, straight up.
Hell yeah, Miles.
I'm just being honest, like, because I literally look. So I'm not all back active or whatever, like I should or want to be on social media, but, like, I use my social media as a business page.
Same.
Like, so it's like, I'm proud of Grayson. He's a part of my life. I am an active father. Like, that's something that with my social media that I want to, like, present, right?
Yep.
So for me, it's like this. If I wasn't running a business on social media, for me, I've thought about this. Like, I wouldn't be on social media. I think I would probably just, I'd probably delete it, actually, because, like, for me, unless I'm looking for, like, hoes or... Yeah,
this
no.
is so true. Men shouldn't be allowed to have Instagram.
I don't know about that. But it's just like, why am I on there? To show my friends that I've already seen it? Like, who, like, what am I posting for? Like, literally, when Grayson was born, I wasn't really on there, and I was kind of, like, I was thinking about, like, being off of it, and I was just like, and we were trying to discuss when we were going to post, and I'm like, for what? Everyone already knows. Who cares?
Yeah, we had this conversation last season, remember? Because he was like... Five Heart of the Year was like, I'm not going to post that, like, we're having a baby. And I was like, why? Like, post it. And he was like, everybody in my life that needs to know already knows.
Right.
Like, what's the big deal? And we got into that because obviously we have different types of social media. Mine is very public. His isn't. Like, he had an argument there for him.
Yeah.
And so I get that. Like, you're like, oh, whatever. Like,
because seriously, if you think about it, like, what are you posting it for? And
I'm posting mine for engagement.
Exactly. Yeah. Same. No, and I mean, I love Grayson, and he's so cute, and I'm like, oh, and I want to show, I said it on my story, but I want to show other dads that they can be active and, blah, blah, blah. But I got a side quest because some of these people don't have kids. So, all right. A couple of my homies said that if you pump gas, like, if you were putting gas in your car to, like, drive over to a woman's house and to try to hit, you're paying for
the punani.
Yeah. Isn't that a reach? Is that not a reach?
I don't think that's a reach because I also feel like you taking a girl out to dinner and paying for dinner is, like, with the expectation of getting laid afterwards, is just legalized prostitution.
That is so aggressive.
I mean, it's true, though. Like, since the dawn of time, men have been paying women for sex in one way or another, whether it's how you're courting her and paying for X, Y, and Z, gifts, flowers, dates, dinners, whatever. Like, you are spending money with the hope and expectation that there will be sex at the end of this.
It technically is true, right?
Yeah.
That is what we did agree on. It's technically true, but that's such a reach, though.
It's not. Sure, you're not cash apping her $100,
Like,
but you
if
spent
you put-
$100 on the night.
If you buy clothes as a woman and put on makeup or whatever, like, you're paying to get courted, like, or whatever. Like,
I think that's a reach.
how is it not?
I mean,
Because, like, okay, this goes
I
back.
might wear those clothes again.
This goes back to social media and posting and all that stuff. It's like, I really think about this a lot. Like, why do we do whatever we do? Like, that's obviously a very broad question, but it's like, why do you get your nails done? Like, why? Oh, because I think they look pretty. Like, why do you think they look pretty? Like, and it all, like,
yeah.
breaks down to, like, just natural, human needs, like, it's who you're trying to impress. Like, that's what it really comes down to, because if we didn't care what other people think, even though we say, oh, yeah, well, I'm not dirty, so I'd still shower, we probably wouldn't. We really probably wouldn't do as much.
I only shower because I'm dirty.
But, like, who cares?
I mean,
all right, that's kind of
that's a bad
now
one
is
because,
a
like,
stretch.
health-wise,
Okay,
I care.
all right, but that was terrible. Sorry. Well, now you
worst
know I
example
wouldn't
ever.
shower.
Please shower. Please.
No, but
you get infections.
No, but okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you buy new clothes, you get a haircut.
No, you're right,
like,
yeah.
it's like, at the end of the day, like, your image to who,
Yeah.
and then you can say, oh, to other women, but then you're like, why? I don't know. I think about that a lot. I think about that with, like, trying to make more money. I do that with trying to be in shape.
But it's biological. Like, you want to be the best.
Yeah.
You want to be above other. That's just, like, innate in our nature, is, like, we want to be the best. And so society has said that, like, pretty people are, like, higher up than not pretty people. Like, people with more money are going to be better off than.
Is this society, or is that just, again, natural? Because I don't think it's society. I think it's natural.
Well, I don't think naturally the money part goes into it, because we're like the cavemen. Like, they weren't.
Would you be down to get a Christian on here?
A Christian?
Like an advocating Christian. I don't know if I want to touch that. I know, like, this is on, but.
You mean like a devout religious?
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Listen, I'm open to talking to anybody about anything. I would talk to this wall, but what do you like? What would we ask them?
I don't like.
Am I gonna go to heaven? Yeah, get one on there. I'm gonna ask them if I'm gonna go to heaven or not.
You're definitely not.
Can I ask them what hell's gonna be like?
I think we might be already here.
I'm co-parenting right now, so I actually am in hell. I've already experienced hell, but what do you want to ask them?
Wait, well, I don't know. I'm not religious, but I don't think it's beneficial. I feel like there's not a lot of beneficial, but I feel like it would just be good content.
Yeah. Let's just pick their brain. If anybody's listening and you
I got someone.
Oh, shit.
I have someone.
All right, let's get them in here.
I just don't know, because I'm very, like,
Atheist?
I don't like to use the word atheist.
So
but
you wouldn't say you're atheist. You would just say that you're what? Like, not religious, not spiritual, not... Actually, those are two very different things.
I don't think I could get behind any religion ever whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that there isn't something potentially that made us.
Oh, yeah. And that's where I think the religion versus spirituality thing is there, because I think that I'm very spiritual. I think that things happen for a reason. Things happen that are out of our, like, explanation sometimes. But, like, I think most organized religions are just cults.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to get behind any, like, organized, formed religion. But I can still be like, oh, there's something bigger than me out there.
I just, but I know we're kind of having this a little bit segment, but it's like, when I think about having the conversation, it's like, what benefit does that do?
Sure.
Besides push, like
well, it just opens the conversation, which is what we try to do every day anyway.
Yeah. But, yeah. All right.
We'll table it.
I got to say I'm married. I feel like I had to say that.
That's right. I forgot that. You're a married man now. Going back to freaking religion, like, what's the purpose of getting married?
Image.
Is it?
Right?
Why did you get married, Miles?
To show how much that I love her.
So, like, but why? Like,
And to
so
put her
much-
on my insurance. Yo, maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, you want to hear my, like...
That's going to be a clip. Why did you get married? Because I love her so much and I really wanted to put her on my insurance. And the government states that she has to be legally wed to me in order to put her on my insurance.
My thing of marriage, actually, yeah, okay, I'm glad we're on this, actually.
Yeah, let's get on it.
My thing with marriage is this. I am happy to show Sam and the rest of the world, because they care about it, that I can promise myself to Sam forever.
Mm-hmm.
I promised my Sam to her forever when I knew that I wanted to be with her. That's my mindset as a person.
Yeah.
I've tried to treat her and build my life to treat her as she's my wife prior.
Sure.
Like, this sounds crazy because I'm wearing a ring right now, but like I kind of hate the idea of like the traditional marriage thing, because it's like, I feel like, and you've said this before, it's just the fairy tale around that day.
Yeah.
And like how you can tell another woman that I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what it's about, because at the end of the day, it's just words. Like, people can go, like, some women and men like a person that's married more, and they go out and, hook. It doesn't matter what my promise and what my actions show to you is what matters, not this, like, hey, Sam, like, I don't even like the government. So what makes you think that me saying I do in the name of Virginia means anything significant?
Yeah.
Like, me saying I want to be with you forever and that you can be my wife right now, I feel like should matter way more than signing a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I am willing, because I want to be with her forever, and I think she wants to be. I'm willing to go do it because, again, then we put on our insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, this ring means nothing. It's just a hey, look, Kinley, I'm married.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Cause
let me see your ring.
It's just a gold little thing.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite of like men's rings.
I hate the fat ones.
You do?
I hate them.
Does it feel weird wearing a ring? Have you gotten used to it at all?
I can't get it off sometimes, so I've got no choice to get used to it. Like,
good. That's how Sam
that's
probably
what
made
me
it.
think about it.
Sam was like, I'm gonna get him
my
a size
knuckles
too
broke.
small.
My knuckle broke so many times that it won't just, it swells. But anyways, that's how I feel about marriage.
Yeah, and also for what it's worth, having a child with someone is way more committal.
Yeah.
I've been married and divorced, and I haven't talked to that my ex-husband in years.
Yeah.
However, I am not married to her dad, and we will have to engage with each other for the rest of our lives.
I just don't like the idea of like it's all just a measuring contest, and
weddings and the aesthetic, and but Sam did look fire.
Yeah, she did.
In her wedding
I nearly
dress.
cried though.
You did cry?
I didn't, but I nearly did. What?
You should have at least like tried to cry.
Nah, too many people there.
Oh my god.
So we did a small wedding.
Yeah, I know. My invitation got lost in the mail.
No, we literally only invited like very small. Like, not all of her friends could come.
I actually
No,
didn't know you were getting, like, I knew you were engaged and you were getting married, but all of a sudden it popped up on my Instagram and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Same. No, I'm just kidding. Nah.
Like,
so
I was like, whoa.
we were actually going to elope, just me and her.
Okay, I love that.
And basically, it kind of like, oh, my mom wanted to be there.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. As a mom, that's fair.
Her sister wanted to be there, and then we were like, courthouse, but really you don't do that really at the courthouse anymore. Like, and then her sister was coming to town, and basically like her grandpa is an officiant.
Okay.
And it just snowballed from there at her grandparents' house.
Wow.
Yeah.
She already had a dress.
Yeah, because we were gonna hire a photographer and do everything.
I gotcha.
And so like, yeah, in next week or the week after, we're going to we were going to Italy, but now we're going to the
You're going to the where?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, they said the ER. I was like, okay, weird setting, but all right.
No, but yeah, so
oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we were gonna do it in Italy, and then
You can take Grayson.
No.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is when baby number 2's coming.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, but then some days I'm like, heck no.
You're gonna splash.
Yeah. What do you mean? That's inappropriate. What if her watches?
That's literally what splash means.
The first time when, oh my gosh, when they had to find out that Sam was pregnant, I literally was dying.
No, it's the worst. They know that you have had sexual relation. There's proof that you have had sex now.
shout out to
I hate that.
respectfully, but her stepdad's the one that's really in her life.
Sure.
And this is gonna sound crazy. No, yeah, I honestly, it was just so I was so embarrassed. I felt like I was like,
You're
I'm
like, oh
sorry.
my god, they know that I nutted in it.
Sorry. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm weird about that too.
Also, as a woman, you have to go 9 months like walking to the grocery store with like the proof that you have had sex like all the time.
I didn't think about that.
It's the
But I feel
worst.
like really.
I mean, especially when you get super pregnant, you're just like walking around and like, I don't know, like obviously I'm the only one that was thinking about it, but I'm just like, that woman just passed me and like knows that I've had sex. That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't see that. I feel like women get it's like glorified more.
When
But
you see a pregnant woman, you're not like, you know, like, you're not
dang,
like,
she just got
wait,
splashed.
she's been like railed.
No, that's not my first thoughts. No,
It's mine. Whenever I say pregnant woman, I'm like, I wonder what her like, I wonder what her husband looks like, or boyfriend, or whatever. I mean, maybe she's a lesbian, maybe her. I don't know the circumstances, but I'm just like, she has somehow been inseminated.
It's like,
Anyway.
yeah, yeah. No, that's honestly the one of the most awkward like couple of visits, a lot of visits, seeing them, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please don't look me in the eyes.
No, it was so. I feel crazy right now thinking
Oh my
about it.
God.
But I don't even know how we got there. But
Yeah, baby number 2 coming 9 months from next weekend.
Marriage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd
That'll be
cool.
fun. That'll be
Yeah.
really fun.
I want a girl.
Yeah.
I want a girl.
It'll all. I feel like you're gonna end up with 3 boys, and then the last one's gonna be a girl. Does
I'm
Sam
cool
want 4
with that.
kids?
She could probably get on board, but she sometimes like kind of. I'm sure you like, but she's like, I don't want to take away the tension from Grayson.
Okay, and that's actually a huge thing. The first week that she was born, I cried.
Oh yeah, I saw you post that.
Oh my god! And obviously, a lot of it is hormones. Like that, you can't control your feelings. So like, you just have to give yourself some grace. But the thing that was hardest for me was like, what have I done to my son? Like, he's gonna hate me forever. I'm taking away attention from him. Like, whatever. He didn't give a fuck. Okay, he couldn't care less. His routine was a little bit shaken up that first week just because like people were helping us, so he was like being picked up from school by my mom or like whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of like a little bit jarring to him just because we have a routine. He was like, wait, what's going on? Why am I like spending the night at my grandma's 2 nights in a row? But as soon as that like week was over, like, he doesn't care. He loves her so much. He like wants to hold her hand. Every single morning I get him up from his room and he goes in there and he goes, good morning, baby sister. I think he thinks her like legal name is baby sister. I don't think he actually knows like what her government is, but yeah. And so as soon as I got past that period, you realize that you've given your kid like the biggest gift ever. Like, I pray to God that they will be best friends for life and that they'll never have any kind of like falling out or whatever, because then
They're not going to be best friends for life.
no, they will. My sisters are literally my best friends.
Your son is going to get an age where he's too cool to be around her, and then
Okay, well,
if she's cute or attractive, not trying to think weird, he's going to be like,
when I say for
he's
life,
almost going to be like resentful.
when I say for life, I mean like when they're adults. I hope that they are like really good friends. I hope that also like when they're going through tough stuff, they like tough stuff family wise, they can lean on each other. Like, we have a weird family dynamic. I want them to be able to like always just have each other when maybe they can't come to me. So anyway, I hope that I've given them that gift, and I hope that these couple of years of it being really hard with 2 kids is, you know,
It's terrible.
is worth
I
it.
can't imagine.
No, it's actually so bad. But yes, anyway, so Sam doesn't want to take the attention away from Grayson. Just please tell her that it's,
Oh, we're doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's going to cry so much, and she's going to be like, there was a part of me that got really upset when I first had her because I felt like I had birthed this baby for Firefighter of the Year. Like, I felt like all I did was take care of and hang out with my son, and it was because I didn't want him to feel like I was giving all my attention to her, and so I think I almost overcompensated by, like, spending extra super amount of time with him, and so it felt like she spent a lot of time with her dad. Does that make sense? Like, I would literally, I'd feed her, I'd hand her back to Firefighter of the Year, and I'd go hang out with Toon. And so I got to this point after a few weeks where I was, like, almost resentful because I was like, I feel like I've just, like, I was like a surrogate to give you a baby. Like, I feel like I haven't bonded with her. I haven't given her any attention. I haven't given her any time because she didn't notice, and he did.
And you took it out on him?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I growled at him one night.
Actually?
Yeah.
You're lying.
First week, it was actually the first 3 days we got in a fight, and I don't know, this animalistic protective thing came out. No, he would never. I wish he would come on the podcast and tell you this story because it's actually insane. But I was like, back up. And he was like, okay. But that was day 3. My hormone.
Yeah,
it was insane.
The hormones is why you growl like an animal.
It was.
That's insane.
You didn't.
I'm sorry.
Did Sam not have any kind of
Sam's gangster.
No,
straight
Sam
up.
is actually literally perfect, but
unless she's hungry.
Cry a lot or get really emotional after she had Grayson.
Sam is a gangster more than anything I could even imagine.
I want to come back in my next life as baddie as Sam.
No, she's gangster. I mean, you got to think about too. I mean, this is her story,
Sure.
I mean, her mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she just, honestly, I don't know how she did it. Seriously, she's not emotional. She's honestly almost invincible. And I think she just has had a lot in her life to where it's made her have to be that way.
Really resilient.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I love listening to you talk about Sam.
Yeah. No, she's gangster. I ain't gonna lie.
Her.
She's terrible when she's hungry, though. Damn. I gotta even it
Well,
out.
then you know what? Maybe the transition to 2 will be fine for you guys. Our biggest hurdle was my emotions those first week or so because I was just all over the place.
She didn't have any. The only thing she had when she was pregnant is heartburn. She didn't emotional swings, no food cravings, no nothing at all. She had that way even when she had the vid, no symptoms. Really? She had it, no symptoms. She's just always I don't know. She doesn't show symptoms of anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
she just toughs it out.
You growled.
I literally growled. I can picture it right now. It was not I'm not proud of it, but
you growled.
I growled. For what it's worth, I don't think that Firefighter of the Year had prepared himself for what postpartum was going to look like. And I hear you say Sam was the unicorn.
Sorry.
Yeah, Sam was the unicorn in this. But I think that a lot of women can relate to having a huge fluctuation of hormones right after they have a baby. It's true. And growling. Maybe not everyone has growled. If you growled at your husband or your partner post-birth, please tell Miles that he doesn't know what you're talking about. But
please get a DNA check.
But I just think that was our biggest struggle because I don't think that he knew what he was getting in for as far as just I had a lot on my plate. I was really tired. The sleep deprivation really gets to you. We just didn't have enough of a foundation in our relationship to support us having that big of a weight.
Roller coaster.
Yes.
So
had we had more of a foundation, maybe if we had actually loved each other, maybe if we had had better communication, if we had all those things going into it, we might have been able to survive that first month, but we didn't. And so after week 1, we were both just we hate each other.
You know what I always come back to?
Tell me.
How do women talk about emotional intelligence and everything when they're the ones that have the most unstable emotions? I'm sorry.
Emotional intelligence and emotional stability are 2 different things.
Okay, well, men, what if men just have great emotional stability? No,
Trust me.
All right, okay.
Trust me, okay. Firefighter of the Year does not have emotional stability or emotional intelligence.
I don't think there's a lot of, maybe there is. On the dad side of things is this, right? When a woman may have some sort of tendencies prior to pregnancy, and they're just enhanced during pregnancy or postpartum, where is the line?
I'm actually going to agree with you on this.
Because there has to be a line of saying she just being her and she's postpartum. And I don't know the difference, but she just name called me or she just did this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes where I see all the men that get hoed out by their wife or, baby mama, I'm just like
she was like that before?
Is it? No, I'm like, is it because they sat there and was trying to be nice and understanding, and then they just got walked right down into this like rabbit hole of just being talked to and treated terribly because they had to, because postpartum or
Yeah. No, I actually agree with what you're saying. Like,
well, I just don't know the line, and that was actually something with me and Sam where I was just like, and actually to throw in the third wrench for me and Sam was like, she was grieving.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like, is she grieving? Is she postpartum, or is she just being
Or is this
crazy?
just her?
Yeah,
Right?
and it's like I'm not gonna. It's like okay, I'm gonna make up something. We get into a fight because I didn't finish my drink, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, are you just being mean? Or are you grieving? Or are you postpartum? Or like, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to let you call me a name because I didn't finish my drink.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I let it go because you're one of the other two, then it's like, all right. And then she thinks it's a green light.
Yep.
But it's like, where's that line at?
Yep.
And I think most men fold over backwards over it. And then they get hoed out. And then they walk into the happy wife, happy life, which I'm not for. So.
Yeah. I actually, I don't disagree on this. Firefighter of the Year and I had a conversation while I was still pregnant, and I was like, listen, postpartum is difficult. I have already experienced it once, and I remember I had a lot of emotions, whatever. I was like, I just want you to be prepared that, like, I'm going to cry a lot, or I'm going to, like, not understand why I feel certain ways sometimes, like, whatever. And he was like, no, I get that. But also, you can't use that as an excuse to treat me like shit. So we had that conversation before she was even born, right? And I think we both did a pretty good job about that, because like it's one thing for me to sit on the couch and just be like sitting there sobbing and I have no idea why. That is postpartum. That is like I'm tears falling down my face. I'm not even sure what I'm crying about and I just feel weird.
Yeah.
That's postpartum. And I feel like he wouldn't like hug me or whatever. And that's kind of where the downfall was. But had I just been like, oh, you didn't do the dishes, you garbage piece of shit, that's not postpartum.
Hold on.
That's just me being a dick and being like, oh, I'm feeling postpartum. Do you know what I mean?
So, yeah, I do. So, wait, because we have to understand this really quick because
Are you going to dive into the hug thing?
I think we missed a part in this where, like, did y'all get back together?
Okay,
because, like, I mean, I guess you could be a good person and hug, like, but if you were crying on the couch, I don't think I'm coming over to hug you.
Wow. Okay, let's get into this with some boy perspective.
No, I'm talking about just me and you, like literally me and you. If you were crying right now for no reason, I wouldn't be like, oh, it's okay, Kenley.
No, okay. Okay, no.
So I'm like, y'all aren't together. So it's like, all right.
We did not get back together, like, officially or in any kind of, like, hey, let's try to give our relationship a shot, get back together, right? However, we did agree that when she was born, he would move back in so that he could help me take care of her. You've had a baby. It's pretty unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to be a lot of help without being on site.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with like a 3-day-old. What am I going to come drop her off at your house? Like, there was no way.
Yeah.
And you're doing a lot of like middle of the night stuff. Like, it wouldn't have worked if he hadn't lived there. So we were both on the same page about that. And we had completely had a conversation like, hey, we're not going to get back together. This is not a relationship, but we need to be relationship-y while we're living together. Not sexually, not any of that, but like, I don't want to have a roommate, right? Okay. Anyway, so then we have this baby, and the high of giving birth is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Both of us are on this high, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are like in.
You'll start making out.
No, we are not making out, but
okay.
We are in this like warp of like the hospital room where like it's just nothing even feels real. Do you remember this at all?
Nope, can't relate.
All right.
I remember it, but it can't.
The first night your baby's born, you're
fiance.
in this hospital room. Yeah, exactly. You're just like so in love with this new baby. I don't know. We're like holding hands. Like there's some like sweet sentimental.
The lines
moments.
are getting blurred.
The lines are getting blurred. Okay, we're not making out, and we're not talking about getting back together by any means. But the high of giving birth definitely made things feel a little bit different than I think they were. So then we go back to living together that first week, and I think the high wears off, and we've blurred lines, not sexually, not anything like that, but we're just both like, what's going on? So then I'm sitting there sobbing my face off for like 2 days straight because I just hormones.
Yeah.
And I am going to say hormones. I'm not being mean. I'm not doing any of that, but I'm just crying a lot. Okay. I feel like I've ruined my son's life by bringing him a sibling. I feel like I can't give him enough attention. Everything just sucks. I would watch a video of something and I would just cry. Okay. And 5 out of the year would just be like, sorry you're crying. Like, pat, pat. And I would just be like, dude, like, I'm like, I need a little bit more than that.
It's really hard for guys. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I thought I was just kind of by myself. Like, I'm a fairly black and white person, no pun intended. And, like, like, for me, it's like, I don't understand that feeling.
Okay.
So for me, it's like,
And neither did he, for what it's worth.
it's kind of like, we understand that it's hormones, but we've never experienced anything like that unless we have low test.
Sure.
So it's like, it's hard for us to, it's kind of like, she just like, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna be honest from the gut.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, she just like,
Being crazy.
yeah, like, what is she doing?
Okay.
Like, tighten up.
Here's the difference is like, if I were just sitting there crying and he wasn't getting up to give me a hug, that's not really what it was. It was that I directly, like, he would be like, what can I do to make this better? And I was like, I just need a hug, or like, I need you to tell me that I'm doing a good job, or I need you to, like, I needed him to be a little bit more receptive to like what I needed, and he outright refused. Like, he'd be like, my love language isn't giving you a hug. And I'd be like, but mine is receiving a hug. So where do we, like, you know, like, I don't want a high five right now. That doesn't make me feel any better. And so I think that that's where, like, right now he'll be like, you know, you blew up our entire family and you blew up my ability to be there full time and you blew up whatever just because I wouldn't give you a hug one day. That's not what it was. It was that I was doing every single thing. I was like cooking, cleaning, taking care of Toon, taking care of her, being up in the middle of the night. He didn't wake up. He didn't do nights, which is, you know, why were we even doing this if you weren't going to wake up? But anyway, so I'm doing every single thing. And for me to be like, hey, look, all I need is a hug, or all I need is for you to come home and be like, hey, thank you so much for taking care of her today. All I need is, I'm explicitly telling you exactly what I need and you're refusing to do it. And I'm doing everything else. That feels a little bit like shitty. That's why we can't be, that's why you can't be here anymore, is because I felt really unappreciated. I felt like I was asking for one very small thing. I wasn't asking you to like get married. I wasn't asking you to give me $1 million. I wasn't asking for any of these unreasonable things. I was just asking like, hey, if you've come home from being with your friends all day, or if you have come home from being at the gym for 4 hours and I'm taking care of 99% of the work here, and you can't be like, hey, I really appreciate like you doing this, or I really appreciate you letting me go out and do X, Y, and Z, and you staying home with the baby when she's 4 days old. It just felt really crummy. So for me to be like, can I have a hug? And he was like, no. And I was like, cool.
I mean, you know, I don't see why he can't, you know, give a hug or whatever, but
'Cause he was just being a dick. That's really all it boiled down to.
I don't know. I don't know with you, Kenley, by the way.
Yeah.
You already know this, because
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're telling me this, but
Sure.
you
and
growled at somebody.
I did
so.
growl at him. I did growl at
So
him.
he might be like, yo, you just growled at me yesterday. You want me to give you a hug today? Like, no.
That's probably fair. If he were to come on here, he would probably say something to
If
that.
he were to come on here.
Well, I just mean, if he were to be able to defend himself, he might say something like that, right? Like, I was up and down. I was all over the place. One day I'm mad at him. The next day I'm like, can you just please give me a hug? He was probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
So
he's probably like,
fair.
I just don't want to. I mean, again, like,
That's
I don't
fair.
know. I mean, also, too, though, like.
Also, I growled because he was, like, trying to take the baby from me.
He's just her dad.
I know, but, like, in that instance, it felt very, like.
Okay. Speaking of that instance.
Yeah.
Okay. Grayson falls, hits his head. This
Yeah.
is a real life story.
Okay.
So this is. Would you be offended? All right, you're sitting there next to Weathers. She falls, hits her head. Just baby stuff. And she's crying. And he comes over and takes, and you know, you were holding her and he comes over and takes her. You would be offended, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm consoling her because she
Would
just
you be
fell,
offended the other way? Like, do you think he should be offended if you came, like, and took him?
All right. Weathers fell, hit her head. By Friend of the Year picks her up and is consoling her, and I come over and try to take her to now console her myself.
Yeah.
Should Five Friend of the Year be offended?
Yeah.
No, I'm her mom.
I was offended. And that was a real life situation. I just needed to know.
You were offended because what? It said to you that you couldn't handle it? Is that why you were hurt?
To be honest with you, like, and we discussed this or whatever, but
yeah.
It's like, it's almost like you're taking them because you think I'm not capable of doing it. And then it's like, okay, then this is where I go. I'm like, okay, if you want to console, then next time he's crying and nothing happened because he's just crying, then you pick him up and console him. Okay. But no, you don't want to console him right now. You're saying that I let him hit his head, so you aren't capable of taking care of him. Let me take care of him because he's not being taken care of properly.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of look at it, right?
I try to be very cautious with that exact topic because, like, for example, when Five of the Year watches her like on his own, I try not to be like, hey, how's she doing? Hey, what's she doing? Hey, send me pictures. Because even though it's coming from a good place for me, I just want to check in and I want to like get a picture of her. I worry that it's going to come across to him as like, do you not trust me with her? Are you wondering what I'm like that kind of thing? So I can see where you're coming from. Like, oh, you don't think that I can handle this?
No, I mean, Sam asked me like, oh, what's Buddy doing? What's Buddy doing?
Yeah, but y'all have a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Y'all love each other.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Not about the love, about the dynamic.
I try to think through that. Like, is he going to be offended that I'm like, hey, is she doing okay? Of course she's doing okay. Like, I'm her dad. Like, we haven't had that argument, but I do try to be like, I try to limit how often I check in when he's with her, just because I don't want it to come across as like,
well,
I
maybe
don't
you
trust
said
you.
how is she doing is a different,
Yeah.
Then is she okay?
Yeah. I also I can watch him on the camera anyway, so I don't really need to. I mean, the camera is this big, sitting straight in his face. The more you
tell me you growl, the more you tell me you're watching no camera. You
guys don't have a baby camera?
Over his crib.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep in her crib yet, so.
Shout out. I think we should maybe wrap this up soon.
Okay.
What I wish there was something else. No, I want to talk about this, and honestly, it might not be.
All right, but then we need to wrap it up.
Okay, maybe we should just wrap it up. I want to know what you would do with $100 million.
What would I do with $100 million? Like,
right now, like right now, like immediate.
You give me $100 million right now. What am I doing with it?
Ding! Your phone goes off, and you got $100 million right now. We're sitting in the podcast.
I don't know, because my normal answer would be like invest a lot of it, but I don't know what the banks are doing these days.
But no, the initial, like, are you be like, Miles, I gotta go? Or are you gonna be like, Miles, just got $100 million? Or what do you?
I'm not saying a thing.
The literal,
I'm gonna look at my phone. I just got $100 million. I'm gonna put my phone back down.
I'm like, hey, I actually gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm not telling anyone that I just got $100 million. Are you kidding? The people that I owe money to?
You wouldn't pay them? I mean, you can't be owing them that much.
I plead the fifth. I can't answer that.
Okay. All right. Fair. Okay.
What are you going to do with $100 million?
Right now?
Right now, right this moment.
I'm like, comment below. I'm giving someone $1 million right now. You subscribe.
All right.
I would just, because I would continue. I would still want to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would just do it.
At a higher scale. Hey, watch it. We're trying. How rude. No, okay, yeah, so
Sick.
I would not tell anyone right now.
Yeah.
I would give you money right now. Off camera.
Thanks, Mom.
If I won $100 million and and you had already left, you're not getting any money. I just want that to be clear. Maybe I should have let you feel special, but I just want that to be clear.
But if I'm still sitting here while you get it, I get a mill.
I'm like, look.
I'm gonna throw you a millie.
Yeah, I don't know if I give you a mill. Yeah, I give you a mill. Why not?
I give you a mill. I still have $99 million left.
Yeah, I do that. Then
It was $100 million after taxes, right?
Yeah. I mean, for fun, right? Yeah. Then I would probably call Sam.
Yeah.
Tell her come home, or she could finish her day out to be respectful to her boss. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She has a good relationship with her boss.
If I were Sam and you just got $100 million and you gave me finish my fucking work
No,
day.
if you wanted to.
be so pissed. I come home at 5 p.m. after clocking out, and you're like, I just got $100 million. I'd be like, are you kidding?
All right,
I could have left 3 hours
so
ago.
hypothetically, right? Well, no, because you want to do this. But hypothetically, you're doing the pod because you want, like, we have a recording production team.
Sure.
And they win, like, you would, and they like us.
Yeah.
They would, like, hopefully finish the job out because, like,
That's respectful. Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's only why I say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make her. I would just say, hey, if you should come home right now. But if
Sure.
you want to finish it out.
Like, if Weather's nanny won $100 million and just texted me midday and was like,
See
I
ya.
quit my job. Okay, yeah, please, can you just keep her for the rest of the day? I didn't win $100 million, so.
A million's under her crib. No, yeah. So I would do that, and then I would probably go over to my mom's house.
Okay, throw her a milli.
No, I'm giving her 5.
Aww.
I'm giving my brother and sister 10.
Okay.
Giving my mom and dad 5.
Okay.
And
So we're at 31 million that you've already given out.
31 million. I'm putting 10 million into investments.
Okay.
That's all I'm putting in investments.
Okay.
And then I'm buying me a new truck.
Okay, that's 50 grand maybe.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
like 150.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. So then I'm doing that.
Imagine that. And you still have what, like $60 million left? Like, that's insane.
And then I'm literally going to hire. We're getting a legit podcast.
We're getting a studio.
Yeah. No, legit studio. Opening. Yeah. I would just invest in business, and then I would buy me like probably like a.
I really
I would
want
like
a
to say
private
$1 million.
plane.
You would want a private plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would really want a private plane. Imagine just not having to worry about, like, flights. You just hop on your private plane.
And then you're gonna like have to spend so much money to maintain it, and unless you've created some business that is gonna supplement it, like
I didn't think this through. I just want a plane.
I would want to live like pretty modestly. Like
Oh, I would, yeah.
I would obviously if I have 100 mil, I'm not gonna live in this house.
Sure.
But like I honestly would be okay with this house on some land.
Okay.
Like no, I would get it bigger and better, but I'm just saying like I don't care about a big house. I wouldn't get like a mansion.
I feel the exact same way. I don't need some McMansion. I would need a little bit more space than what I'm working with now, but I wouldn't need to go over the top with living. However, I would definitely be spending that 100 mil on like traveling, like just cool, like, yeah.
Well, what about like I mean he's 2 and some change, so it's different. But like
What about him?
like him going like I don't know, like would you just him not go to school and stuff? Or would you like you know what I mean? Like what would you do? Like
You mean if he was like more school age?
I guess he's not, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
You
matter.
want it right now.
I would be taking him all over the place. But if you were school age, then obviously I'm just going to plan these really fun travel experiences for like Christmas break, spring break, summer. Like we can work around it.
I don't care about traveling like that.
You don't? That's all I would spend my money on.
I would spend my money on businesses, honestly.
Well,
That's literally
probably a good idea. This is why yours would go further than mine, but
I mean, they could all go bad. And I got 100. And I'm never mind. Well, anyways, yeah. No, that's cool. I just wanted to know.
I'm excited for the season.
Me too.
Yeah. One of my friends is going to come on. We're doing a Mother's Day episode coming
That'd
up.
be fun.
My friend Kelsey Sook, Kelsey Fry. You can look her up, Kelsey Morgan Fry on Instagram.
If she doesn't show up.
She's going to show up. If she doesn't, then I'll just be like, hey, my friend didn't show up. Hopefully she shows up because she has a lot to talk about, and I think it'll be a really cool episode.
What is she going to
she's
talk
just a cool
about really
person.
quick, though?
What does she want to talk about? Okay, well, she's currently going through a separation. She
Okay.
has 3 kids.
Okay.
She's an influencer.
Okay.
So social media stuff, kids, going through the separation. One of her kids has a liver disease, so she's had a lot of experiences just with like a medically complex kid. They've been in and out of the hospital. I'd like for her to speak on that. She has a foundation that she started for that. I think she'd just be cool to talk about like business wise, like things that she's experienced from that. And then she just has like some crazy childhood stuff that she could talk about. She's
cool.
She's just cool. Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to her.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that episode. I think we can just go a bunch of different topics on that.
I'm not putting any weight on who I got coming on because
You're not.
I don't know. You know, like
We tentatively, if he shows up, we have your friend.
Yeah.
And I was going to tell the interesting thing is that as I was looking into him, I never told you this, but a few years ago, before I got pregnant with Toon, I was almost through the casting process for and when I was looking at his profile, I would have been on his season.
And you would have been growling on national TV. You did that. You did that.
No,
I see you like.
I did
just
something
wanna
to
go
the effect
now.
of this. Like
Oh
that. Yeah. Is that not growling?
no.
He's like trying to take the baby from me. We're in an argument, and I'm like, like that.
Ew. All right, y'all. Hey, I'm scared.
And then I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I'm scared. Hey, I'm
Like,
scared.
comment, subscribe. I'm sure the growl is gonna get its own clip.
I'm shook. All
We'll
right.
see what the internet has to say about that.
Yeah, thank y'all for watching, and yeah, do all that stuff she said, but don't growl, please, 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 please. Hey, women, please, all women, please don't growl. Don't growl, don't growl. Shout out to Kelly for growling. No,
See
I'm
you
scared.
next episode.
Why? You growl like that?